to the show. Let me start by saying that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Today is July 11th, and we'll be talking about GameStop and the NFT Market Place that they announced after hours. So let's get started, okay? So, if we look at the overall market today, I'm seeing a sea of red right now. Not much in the way of green, except for utilities. Maybe some stuff in basic materials, but we see Google is down 3%, Amazon is down 3.2%, Facebook Meta is down 4.6%, Tesla is down 6.5%. I mean, it's a sea of freaking red here. But there is some green sprouts here. We see GameStop is up 1.2%. And MMTLP is also up by 2.63%. Oh, wow. We won't be talking about MMTLP. If you're a regular listener to this channel, you understand what MMTLP is. Instead, we'll be concentrating on GameStop and what is going on with that. So after the market closed today, GameStop launched an NFT marketplace. And I'll just read the announcement first, and then we'll see what we'll decode this for you. GameStop Corp today announced that it has launched its a non-fungible token NFT marketplace to allow gamers, creators, and collectors and other community members to buy, sell, and trade NFTs. The company's NFT marketplace is non-custodial. It's an Ethereum Layer 2 based marketplace that enables parties to truly own their digital assets, which are represented and secured on the blockchain. The marketplace, which can be accessed at nft.gamestop.com, allows parties to connect to their own digital asset wallets, such as the recently launched GameStop wallet. Over time, the market will expand functionality to encompass additional categories such as Web3 gaming, more creators, and other Ethereum environments. What does all this mean? Well, if you're familiar with crypto, you understand everything that's been said. If not, let me decode. Okay. What is an NFT? An NFT stands for non-fungible token. Non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, they represent assets. Now, these assets could be, you can think of it as like a special sword that'll give you special capabilities in a particular game, say, right? Now, with the GameStop digital wallet and the NFT marketplace, these assets will now have value outside of the game itself, right? Because you can now trade these assets with collectors, or you could trade them with other players, or players in a totally different game. Even they don't even have to be within the same game. You could trade a sword of adamantium or something like that for a spaceship that flies faster than other spaceships. I don't know. Anyway, so the game. So these are two aspects, right? The GameStop wallet and the NFT marketplace, it'll allow gamers to both store their assets, right? The wallet will allow you to store your assets. And the NFT marketplace will allow you to trade them with other gamers, for these assets. And these assets can be anything from special game items to game art to just pure art itself, So that's a big deal. So what about the other stuff that they're talking about? Ethereum Layer 2 and all this other stuff. Well, Ethereum is what most NFTs trade on. Layer 2 basically means it's a more... So right now, things have been trading on the Ethereum blockchain for a while, and it's gotten very expensive to trade assets. There are these things called gas fees that you have to pay on Ethereum. And that's made trading of assets relatively expensive, right? Sometimes they cost more than the asset itself, the fees to trade. But now that it's on a Layer 2, Ethereum Layer 2 is very cheap. It's pennies on the dollar to trade. Okay, you might pay a tenth of a penny to trade using Ethereum Layer 2. So it's the fees are practically non-existent when you trade on Ethereum Layer 2. You'll have your assets in your nice GameStop wallet. And this is actually a very nice solution for people who have digital assets, right? Digital assets are the future, and I think that's a big deal. This is their this is the actual website, the nft.gamestop.com, and you can explore there. You can even create your own NFTs there, right? So it's pretty cool. If we just click the Explore button, it'll take you to this website where you can see some assets that are out there right now. For instance, there's art in the form of this R20s kitty. And you get a price in terms of both Ethereum and US dollars, right? So you can see what the equivalent US dollars are. So some assets are relatively inexpensive. Some are much more expensive than others. Some are just there and they're not for sale, right? They're just there to let you know that they exist. Yeah, so there you go. That's what these assets are. And you can filter on them in various different ways, right? So this is GameStop, the stock itself, right? And if we look at it, we see that their market cap is about $9.9 billion today. $130 a share, $131 a share, $9.9 billion in market cap. That's how much the whole company's worth. But they recently announced an NFT platform to allow the trading of digital assets. So what does that mean? How much is that worth? Well, there is a place people can go right now to trade their digital assets. It's probably not as nice as the GameStop environment, but it's called OpenSea. And when we ask Google how much is OpenSea worth, Google says this. How much is OpenSea worth, Google? Well, Google says OpenSea is worth $13 billion. Online non-fungible token marketplace OpenSea is now worth US $13 billion, following a new investment of $300 million in Series C finance round, led by hedge fund sponsors Paradigm and Coty. Okay, $13 billion just for the digital asset marketplace, and GameStop's marketplace is $9.9 billion. So if you were to add the two, it's quite possible that GameStop could more than double in value just from the NFT marketplace alone, right? It's a pretty big deal. Now, at the same time, if we look at GameStop, the user of Intellect has stated that it's never been squeezier in the past. Today, there are 1.6 million shares were borrowed. Okay. 10% increase in estimated short interest, pushing the cost to borrow max to 151%. Here's basically what he said, right? So if you look at the cost to borrow max, 151%, we've got almost 10% short interest right now, 9.3% or so. Live short interest as a percentage of free float, 24% almost, 24%. It's huge, huge. Days to cover are 6.35, and shares on loan are 21 million, right? That's huge. But at the same time, we all know that just in the recent past, a few days ago, GameStop announced a 4-to-1 stock split. If you've been watching this channel, you know what this means. The 4-to-1 stock split is in the form of a stock dividend. It's not a regular split, it's a stock split in the form of a dividend. Many companies have done this in the past, and their stock prices have exploded as a result of that. So it sounds pretty squeezy to me. On July 6th, the 4-to-1 stock split was announced after close of trading. The date of record is July 18th. If you have stock on July 18th, you will get 3 additional shares for each share of GME held on that date of record. And the date of the distribution is July 21st, after the close of trading. And on July 22nd, you can trade those you can trade those new shares. Okay, it's an awesome concept. What does this mean? This means that, well, let's just put this onto I see there's a dog barking in the background. Anyway, we see that the NFT marketplace opened up today. The split via dividend was announced just a few days ago. The date of record is 18th. That's coming up next week. So we have about a week right now of time at which price the stock could potentially start a run. I don't know if it will start a run, but it could start a run. It's got some nice runway over here. So because of the split via dividend, we know that shareholders who loaned out their shares to shorts, they won't be getting the dividend from the GameStop because they already loaned out their shares to shorts, right? They would have to get the dividend from the people they borrowed from the people they loaned the shares to, right? So shorts would have to provide the dividend to the people they borrowed the shares from, right? And most institutions who loaned out the shares, they don't know. I don't know if they want to get the shares from these, from the people who they borrowed the shares from, because they have to go out and get the shares themselves, right? Wouldn't it be better just to recall your shares and get your shares directly from GameStop? You know you're going to get it immediately, right? So that means that the shorts may be required to, get, they have to provide that share back to the borrower. To the loaner, right? So they have to provide a share back. In addition, they have to provide 3 shares to pay for the dividend, right? So that's 3 additional shares. But now that they've provided the share back, they still have to borrow a share because, they borrowed that share a while back. They have to borrow additional shares, right? You're just providing a share back to the loaner. You got to borrow back the share because you're still short. If your short position is still open, you got to pay for that. That's an additional share. So really, it's 5 shares if you want to maintain your open position, really. So that's quite interesting. Do I think that's going to cause the price to go up? Who knows? Who knows? I think you can figure that out for yourself. Okay. With that, I just wanted to say I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This information is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. It is July 11th, and the GameStop NFT Market Place is open. And I'll let you figure out how much you think that's worth. Goodbye.